coming through the middle here. So if we just pause it here and we'll take a little look. You see the man coming through in the gap. But we're now back on the pitch with the men's open pool 1, where the Merlins are taking on the Naked Pandas. The Merlins going from left to right. The Pandas in their distinctive, well, assorted kit, shall we say. Well, the Merlins already working hard down the pitch. The Cambridge contingent. Will Bakewell hard in contact early on. And it looks as if the Merlins are edging their way towards an opening score here. Good resolute defence at the death for the Pandas. And in the end, they've managed to get it over in the corner quite comfortably. Just sucking in the Panda defence and going to the short side where the space was. Let's see how he gets on with the conversion here. Fantastic effort from that far touchline. It's gone straight through the sticks.
Yep, a brilliant conversion, and obviously in a tight match they become all important. As the replay of the try, eventually they work it out left, and good take and dive in all in one moment.
So it'll be Alex Morrill with the restart. Sends it long. The Pandas running in to a strong defence. Penalty though. An opportunity for them to work their way up the field. Taken into contact by Cella. In the hands of their captain, number 33, Topping. Marco looking to move the ball wide into some space. Bell with the pass, just skewed slightly.
Yeah, hugely ambitious and ballooned into touch. You'd needed to be about 8 foot tall to have got a hand on that. So I asked the Naked Pandas where they got their name from earlier on, and
It was quite literally potluck between their captain Topping and his good friend Stone, so completely random. But the Merlins now working their way into the Pandas 22 through Bangay Wilding. He gets the pass away. Can they get over here? And that is a score for Dan Fritz. Just managing to reach his arms over the line. And the Merlins with a really positive start to this, their second game of the 2018 RugbySpy Ibiza 10s.
Sorry to butt in on your train of thought, Scott, but I didn't really get that explanation of why they're called the Naked Pandas.
There quite literally is no explanation. So,
so one of them came up with it?
Yeah, two of them, the captain and his good friend.
We're having a chat.
Yeah, we're having a chat, and they said let's call themselves a different name. I won't mention that name, but it was already chosen by a sevens side, so they opted for the Naked Pandas for no real reference. And their original shirts all had different types of pandas on their backs. So the explanation or the lack of explanation, there isn't really one. They do assure me that there's multiple Naked Panda fans at home watching, so hello to you if you are.
Well, at the moment it's Merlins dominating possession, 2 tries to the good. 12-0.
Well, the Merlins with a convincing win earlier against Renegade Rugby in our first game of the morning. 38 points to 12 in that fixture. The Pandas still looking for their first win of the weekend in only their second game. Showing some good muscle, Pearson, for the Pandas.
Oh, bad handling error, forced to take it back over. That'll be a 5-meter scrum, which is always a golden opportunity for scoring. It's pretty good in 15s, but in 10s it offers a great opportunity to the attacking side. So Merlins on the attack again. Dan Fritz trying to get through the middle. Good support in there, they'll be able to recycle this one. Oh, but the pass from the base of the scrum was an absolute shocker, and suddenly they're, having started 5 meters away, they're 25 meters away. Oh, but just brushing aside, Dan Fritz going through and setting it up for Tom Poole. Tom Poole with an easy score, bad mistake from the Naked Pandas, having fought their way out. A missed tackle cost them dear.
Oh, it's good hands in the end by Tom Poole, just to collect it. The pass almost going astray at the end. A lovely strike and a great conversion to boot for Alex Morrill. We've seen him already today, a very accomplished kicker. Look at that one-handed catch. So
yeah, I just bobbled it, stayed cool though, didn't snatch at it, and no problems.
Pandas trying to break from deep, but getting wrapped up in contact. Don't seem to find that much space at the moment, but it's been ripped backwards by the Merlins.
Yeah, stripped of the ball in the tackle. I don't know why he decided to go for the little kick through there. Well, just into touch. It very nearly worked. It was actually a very good kick in the end, but I thought he had just a good overlap in any case.
Well, that would have been a great score, a great finish if it had gone over. But a pressure on for the Pandas. Line out,
well,
not gone to hand.
Well, he knocked it on before he touched it down, and the referee's had enough. Nicky O'Donnell says that's the first half over.
Well, that just bounced over everybody there and then bounced forward off a Merlin hand. So half-time scores: Merlin's lead 19 points to the Naked Pandas 0.
So Merlins firmly in control of this one at the moment, and the restart from Alex Morrill. They're already looking like a side to watch in this men's open competition, the Merlins. Now again they go for that hugely long pass, and it might look impressive, but it's actually cutting out the attackers as well as the defenders, and it's not actually creating an extra man anyway. Well, he wasn't expecting that, but he's held on somehow. Gets the pass away beautifully, puts his man away, and at last they're on the board. Pearson going in for the try. Conversion's good from Marco.
Well, it's the first time in this game where we've really been able to see the Naked Pandas in attack, and what great pace shown by Pearson. 60-70 metre run for him in the end down this near touchline.
But for once, a beautifully timed pass from Duggard was the thing that sent it up. It was a really well worked half break, and then got the pass away. Fumbled there by Bangay Welding. The knock on picked up by Nicky O'Donnell Scrum down to the Naked Pandas, and if they can make something of this one, they're back in the game big time. 19-7, the next score becomes absolutely crucial. If Merlins get it, they pretty well seal the game. If Naked Pandas get it, they're right back in.
Well, that's been one against the head. Merlin's now trying to take it in through Fritz.
Little knock forward, eagle-eyed Nicky O'Donnell. He tried to cover it well, but it was not getting past Nicky O'Donnell, and she caused the scrum for the knock-on. Rolling replacements, remember, and Naked Pandas just taking advantage of that. Topping's gone off. Needs a rest. Looks as if he needs a rest. He's the captain. Oh, and again, just losing possession in the tackle. Got to hold on to the ball. Oh, and escapes out of it. Bangay Wilding again showing his pace. Might not be the best defender in the world, but give him half a chance of a sniff at the try line and he's away.
Yeah, excellent play by the Merlins, just profiting off that loose ball. The Pandas not keeping control of it from their quick tap penalty. And the man with the magic boot, Alex Morrill, slots that one, no questions asked. And it was Morrill who provided the assist. Lovely weighted pass into the hands of Bangay Wilding, who just drifted out to the outside shoulder of his opposite man, coasted in the end.
And the captain with Henri Thomas chasing that one up and almost effecting the turnover. In fact did, because he got the all-important little fumble.
Well, the Naked Pandas perhaps beginning to feel the heat slightly. They came here this weekend with 21 players, not all of them donning boots, and they lost 3 in their first game this morning. So only 11 left for the rest of the weekend. Going to be a bit of a struggle for them. But Morrill breaking through a hole now. Lost the pass over the top, and it looks as if they're going to go in once again here. Big tackle coming in from the Pandas, but Bangay Wilding manages to get in with the score. Thought perhaps the referee was going to have a word about a high tackle coming in. Alex Morrill, well, for a change, doesn't manage to get that one. He's at the centre of everything really for the Merlins. A little bit of a stop-start break through the middle. Lofty pass, doesn't quite go to hand, but well picked up and finished by Bangay Wilding.
And you're right, Scott. I mean, the referee could well have picked up on that high tackle as he went in for the try. Bangay Wilding's already got 3. If that pass had gone ahead, he might have had 4.
The Merlins still on the attack, coming through the middle. their big number 5, Ben Murphy.
They're controlling the ball pretty well. Is that a shove off the ball? I think it might have been, but he's got away with it. That's sensible. The way that the Naked Pandas have been going, they weren't going to get any change out of that, and it's that man Morrill again. In he goes for a try in front of the posts. He was going to give it to someone else, and they said, come on though, you've done everything in this game, you might as well take the conversion as well.
Well, the clearance kick from the Pandas, the intent was right, but the execution perhaps didn't quite have the length on it, and it bounced up high for Alex Morrill.
And that also the problem with a rugby ball. You're never going to know how it's going to bounce, and it stood up and beat all the pursuing Naked Panda players, went straight back to the opposition. $40 points to 7, and certainly Merlins Invitational squad. The Merlins Invitational squad looking very strong, and looking they're going to be a handful for any side in this competition.
There's a €1,500 prize pot at the end in the men's open competition, so I'm sure they'll have now set their sights on the biggest prize.
And Mathonwi Thomas wanting to get on for it, still hungry for more tries, takes the short penalty himself, hands off 2 men, wriggles past a third, eventually brought down. But there's a little room on the short side, and guess who?
Alex Morrill again. Well, he's had a fantastic game, hasn't he? Really lit up this Merlin side. Unsuccessful conversion this time. And that is the full-time whistle. Merlin's taking victory here against the Naked Pandas, 45 points to 7. A really convincing win in the end. 2 wins from 2 so far.